from the Mike King Studio, Mindy Flanagan. So, ma'am, I'm going to go back to a topic that we had talked about before, how to make things work, and it is the topic of letting Bob go.
Mm-hmm.
And in the
your favorite, Bob didn't want to go
Bob
anywhere.
Bob did not come
we
today.
let Bob go.
We let Bob go. No, Bob didn't want to go. You sent Bob home. So how do we tee up Bob? So I've never been in that position. So how do we come in? You can help a business owner who had to let Bob go.
Mm-hmm.
Now Sandy is left standing.
Okay.
How do we go to Sandy and say, we let Bob go? Now, we got to divvy up Bob's responsibilities.
I hope temporarily.
Okay. Is it temporarily
Well,
a lot of times?
Well, that's what I would hope. Here's the thing. Be prepared for the fact that you, I hope, have employed adults and you are going to explain to them with honesty and clarity the current state of affairs and how they can help you get through this, what we hope be a temporary period of time. Maybe it's not a temporary period of time. Maybe Bob was let go because Bob's position got eliminated. So be prepared for the employee to say, why was the position eliminated? Are we in danger of losing a big client? Did we lose a big client? Did we lose funding? Like, how transparent is this company with how well they're doing financially? Be prepared to ask questions credibly, to offer assurances that no, your job isn't in jeopardy or no, the company isn't in jeopardy. We introduced this new piece of technology that has eliminated the need for Bob, sadly. But we're going to take care of him on his way out the door, but we still need your skill set and your role, and here's why.
And do we touch on the money aspect of it right then, or do we just start divvying up? Okay, so Bob did this on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. We need you to be a good team player and handle that on Monday. We'll handle that on Tuesday. Somebody else will handle it on Wednesday, and then do we touch on that aspect of it? Because when word gets out that Bob is gone, everyone starts to feel sort of
right.
Uneasy.
Well, right, and you have to look individually at the employees affected, and as a leader, talk to each one of those employees individually. Unless you think some kind of mass communication will do it, I doubt it. Talk individually to the employees affected and say, I understand now that you are taking on additional responsibilities that you are right to also say, does additional pay come with it? I'm going to look you in the face right now and be honest and say, I don't know yet. I'm hoping you can step up and be a team player and trust that I will advocate for you when I am able to, sometime within the next 90 to 180 days, for a pay raise or an additional bonus or something. The only assurance I can offer you right now is I am paying attention to the fact that we have people that have taken on additional responsibilities. And yes, additional compensation may come with that. I can't tell you for sure, yes, that will happen today. But I can tell you I am paying attention to it and I will advocate for it. Now, hopefully, you already have a foundation in place between employee and leader, that employee trusts that this leader has their best interests at heart. And if they do, this whole let's work on this together, I will do everything I can to make you whole mentality moving forward. But if you don't have a trusting relationship that exists between the leader and employee, you're doomed.
So it comes back to culture.
It goes back to culture and
trust. It comes
trust.
back to culture and trust.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to touch on something right now. I kind of want to say that there's a topic, whatever it is, it was going to be earth-shattering, and then it turned out not to be.
Okay.
Or we thought it was going to be a big deal, and it turned out not to be. Or we thought, man, this is nothing, and it's turned out to be a big deal. I'm going to ask you, I'm going to start.
Okay.
I thought the world was going to come to an end with this whole cannabis weed epidemic.
Oh, God. Yeah,
I thought it was. What are we going to do?
Yeah.
Everybody's just going to be smoking weed. And we've had this conversation before.
Yeah.
And it seems to me it has turned out to be much to do about nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even feel like we hear a lot from our clients about this. They adjusted to the fact that the substance abuse policy in the handbook needed to be re-swizzled a bit to make sure it had language in it that complied with now Virginia laws regarding the legalization.
So that's the part when you talk about having an HR infrastructure, having a go-to person, This is what you're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, this is what I mean about keeping your HR infrastructure current, and why the handbook in particular is never done. So long as federal and state laws are going to change, and believe me, they're going to keep changing, some of those weave into your policies and practices in your handbook. If the handbook just sits on the shelf and no one's paying attention to keeping it current, it becomes less and less of an add value tool in the workplace. So yes, in the case of cannabis, when there was a movement towards legalization, we are a substance abuse free workplace, zero tolerance for any drugs whatsoever. Yeah, that had to be re-swizzled because that wasn't the case any longer.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there something that you thought or people thought it was going to be a big deal and turned out to be nothing, or whether there was something and then it really turned into, boy, we didn't see this one coming?
Well, I could tell you something that we prepared for months, and then it suddenly became undone, so it created a mess.
What was that?
Back when President Obama took the first crack at updating the minimum salary to be exempt from overtime, he tried to take it from, I don't know, it was like $23,000 a year all the way up to like $59,000 a year. For 6 months, we were on this path of the change is coming, the change is coming, the change is coming. People adjusted salaries or converted people back to non-exempt, did trainings. I did all kinds of trainings with professional associations. Everybody's getting ready for this change. And something like, this was like in 2015, but like 3 days before the effective date, one federal Texas judge blocked it. And all that work was for nothing for 6 months. Now, fast forward to now, it's changed. The minimum salary to be exempt from overtime has changed a few times. In fact, a change to minimum salary just became effective yesterday. So I look back at like what Obama wasn't able to accomplish to eventually over time we got small incremental changes, and then a substantial change just happened July 1st. But that turned out to be a nothing burger.
Do you think it was because we took the big swing and sometimes changes need to be incremental?
Yeah, so I look at the big swing by the Obama administration was from like, I think it was either 2004 or 2006 all the way up to 2015. No one touched this minimum salary, yet wages kept rising and cost of living kept rising. So Obama's Department of Labor gets in there and they do a deep dive financial analysis on what was the value of the minimum salary in 2004. If you look at inflation and cost of living adjustments, it actually should be that $59,000 that Obama wanted to get to. But it was too big of a swing. All the financial models in the world make sense, but that wasn't going to get the business community to move from $23,000 to $59,000 like that. So it was too big of a swing. Hence why
it didn't work.
A Texas court judge stepped in and blocked it.
Incremental change eventually gets us there.
It did. We got there. We ended up, instead of going from like, and again, who's ever listening, these are just ballpark that I remember at the time. Somewhere along the line of 24 grand all the way up to $59,000 or 58 and change is what Obama tried for. That got blocked. I don't even remember now what year. The 23 went to 36, and now the 36 went to 44 just as of yesterday. The 44 is supposed to go to, get this, 59 on January 1st. So January 1st of 2025, we are supposed to be at what Obama wanted us to be at, 12/1/2015. Now, I thought we'd have no problem getting to 44 as of July 1st. $44,000 a year, minimum salary required to be exempt from overtime. Are we going to get to 59 as of January 1st? I have no idea. I was holding my breath waiting for a Texas court to block the move from $36,000 to $44,000 a year. It didn't get blocked. July 1st came and went, and we had plenty of clients that just adjusted salaries up to 44 or higher to keep employees exempt from overtime. But I don't know if we're going to get all the way to 59. That still seems like a big jump to me. 36 to 44, what's that, 8 grand?
Yeah.
44 to 59 is still...
That's a chunk.
It's greater than a 10 grand jump. So.
That's a chunk.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mindy Flanagan dropping nuggets of knowledge on us. And that's what we do here. We talk about how HR intersects with life and business. We have policy here. It's all those things, but it's really about how the business owner, when they look up and who do they call, and what are the things that keep them up at night or thinking, I'm good.
Yeah.
And we run into that. How can people find you out there, ma'am?
InspiringHR.com. We've got a contact us page you can fill out, and that inquiry will come directly to me. I'm very active on LinkedIn. You're welcome to connect. Send me a private message. You can also sign up for our monthly newsletter on our website or follow the LinkedIn company page.
There you go. Mindy Flanagan. Thanks now. Take care.